Well, this one morning I weighed myself. I lost another pound. That's in the last day or two. So that's quite exciting. I thought I'd stalled, but I haven't. In the next few videos, I want to go over what the actual surgery was like, how it felt to be under and so on, what the care was like afterwards. What I would say is that I worried for several years about the surgery, and then when I had it done afterwards, when I woke up and came round from the surgery itself, uh, there was no pain, to be honest, for me. I was very dry. My lips were extremely dry, and my throat was a little bit sore. I guess they must have used a tube. I don't know. And I was incredibly thirsty, and I couldn't have anything to drink, of course. But they gave me little swabs to just wipe on the mouth and so on, and that worked fine. But there was no pain. In fact, they kept offering me painkillers, but I didn't take any. I took the first few. I think really because I was scared that the pain was about to hit. But then, as the hours went by and there was no pain, I was fine. Now, there was discomfort. There was sort of soreness, but not pain really. It was a little bit like if you'd exercised a little bit too much, so it was slightly tighter around the area, and moving around was a little bit slower than I'd anticipated. But in terms of pain, no headaches, no, nothing like that. And I went into intensive care, a high dependency unit, straight after the surgery because of my weight and the fact that I had sleep apnea. And I have to say the care was absolutely superb, but there was no problem. I was fine the whole night, and in fact when my wife and sister came around to see me, and then subsequently my brother, they were rather astonished because I looked, well, they thought I hadn't had it done actually, because I looked wide awake and cheerful and so on. I wish I'd taped that. I'll see if I can get a photo. Somebody took a photo on a phone, but I'll show you what I looked like 2 hours after the operation. And all that fear that I'd had for several years, well, it went very quickly because it was all over. I was glad it was over, but then I also realised that I had worried over nothing. Of course, everybody's experience will be different. Some people have very bad reactions, but for me, well, I have to say, if I had to go back into surgery again tomorrow, I don't think I'd worry about it, really. I'll tell you more about the surgery and the reason it was, the first one was cancelled. I was actually on the operating table and they took me out, made me get up and leave the operating theatre. But I'll tell you more about that in the next video. That was a little disconcerting, and then about 4 weeks later I actually had the surgery and it went through at that time, which gave me 4 weeks to worry about it and panic that the same thing might happen again. But anyway, next video is coming soon.